Well, greetings everybody. Today I am clearly not at school, and some of you are. So, whether you're at school or at home, if you're the teacher, please put this on the projector. If you're at home and have spotty internet or whatever, unlike my videos have been in the past, this is the full hour's time, or if you're in FCS, the full 40 minutes. So the video will suffice in this case because it's the same lesson everybody's getting. Today is going to be kind of a recap of some of last week as well as a quiz so that you can see and I can see what we all need to work on. I use quizzes as a tool to tell me what I'm teaching well and what I'm not teaching well so that I can better help you guys. And also, we're going to take it twice today. It's not that long. You're going to take it towards the beginning of class, and you see your results and what you need to work on and what you're good at. And you'll also be taking it at the end of class to see what you've grown on. And at the end of class, I can see what those results are to see what needs reteaching and so forth. Make sure everything's up and running. Awesome. So, we're going to start off today with listening. I know everybody's at school or at home and doing all this work and learning, so let's take a moment and just listen. So go ahead and close your eyes. I would like you to list all of the things that you can hear, not including members of your class or your teacher. By the way, you're listening. Make sure your eyes are closed. I'd like you to think about what you can smell right now. Next, with your eyes still closed, no peeking, I see you. I'd like you to think about what you can taste in your mouth. And the final step, which I think is one of the best, aside from listening, with your eyes still closed, I'd like you to digitally map out your body. Every bit of contact you have between you and clothing or the floor or anything that you can feel. The chair, maybe the desk if you're leaning on it. Good, you can open your eyes now. I apologize for the cat. There are two of them here. And anytime I make a video, the orange one always makes an appearance, always. So we're going to roll on to the quiz. And again, you are restricted to 2 times through this quiz. If you take it once and you're partway through and you cancel out of it, it might mess everything up. I just don't know. I'm kind of new to it. So I recommend you take the quiz, you do your best, and you submit it. That's it. Start the quiz, finish the quiz. Nothing else in between. So if you go to your music elective page, there we go. Go to your music elective page. There should be a lesson 6 now, music elective lesson 6. Click on this, which is mid-course quiz. That video, of course, is coming shortly. If you finish early, I'm going to give you guys, 8 minutes to do this, 8-ish minutes. Then feel free to go to the Chrome Music Lab, which is a really cool resource. Lots of fun games and things. Keep the volume low, but this is a music classroom, so we're not going to stress out about it. So, this quiz is straightforward. Do exactly as it says. Try your best. complete it once, and then take your free time to do the Chrome Music Lab. My cat's about to knock over my clarinet. It's one of the nerdiest things I've ever said. Good luck! I'm sure you guys have had enough time by now. We're going to move on because I am running out of entertaining things for myself. So, we're going to move on to some pitch ID. Of course, this was on your quiz. Make sure you have your computers open, that you're on our Canvas page. You can probably just go to Music Elective Lesson 6 where you just were. I'm going to pull that back up. Music Elective Lesson 6. There it is. And we have line and space notes. That's where I'd like you guys to go right now. We're going to skip the line or the space. We're going to go to line and space notes. Good, so we see that that is a line note. It splits the line. So we use the sentence, every good boy does fine, which was also on your quiz. So we have, every good boy does fine, D. For right now, make sure you're following along on the video. You can practice this in just a moment. Again, every good boy does fine, so it's D. That is a space note, so we use the word face. That was another question on your quiz. F-A-C-E. 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 What I would like for you to do now is reset. There's little dots up here. You're going to reset the score, but as soon as you reset, it's going to start your timer. So have it pulled up and ready just like I do. Hovering over reset score. I'm going to give you 1 minute to identify as many as you can. And I would like to see who has the most right or correct answers after 1 minute. And I will time you. 3, 2, 1, go. Oop, reset. 3, 2, 1, and stop. So, If you guys would share how many you got correct, we can see who the boss is. Awesome. So, moving on, get out of the node ID there. I would like to hit some opposing circles. So, if you're opposing circles, here we go. Right hand, we're going to start off normal direction. Right hand goes away, just practice your right hand. I don't care how good you are at it. Practice that right hand. Get the circle. Make that circle nice and round. Then the left hand comes in, practice that left hand. Try and keep your arms out from your body as far as you can without reaching too far. So left hand is the one that comes in first. And we put them together, right hand goes out, left hand comes in, and we end up with Kung Fu position number 1, Hua! Down, number 2, Hua! Back up, Hua! 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 Get some awesome circles going. Freeze. Now, this time we're going to have the right hand come in. Practice that right hand coming in first. And the left hand is going to go out. We're going to practice them together, right hand in, left hand out. Kung Fu position number 2, because we're in reverse direction. Kung Fu position number 1, back up, Hua, down, Hua, up, Hua, down, Hua, up, and so forth. Get your circles. When you get really good about this, boom, one direction, other direction, flip, flip, do a bunch in one direction, and then switch it. If you're doing a doggy paddle, go back to one hand or the other. I can see somebody doing a doggy paddle right now, as a matter of fact. Watch it. So that's a little bit of opposing circles. I would like to hit up some rhythm trainer next. So from whatever lesson 6 has it, of course. Rhythmtrainer.com. Mode A. Slow on. We're going to start with quarter note, eighth notes, and quarter rest, also known as pi, apple, and So what we end up with is something like this. Let's play it. Pi, pi. And make sure you're following along with my video for a second, just to walk you through it. Apple, apple, apple pie, and so forth. I'd like you to take about a minute and practice this thing, maybe 2 minutes. Just like when we practice pitch ID, you have some time on your own in this mode. Again, let me show you what the settings are. Pi, apple, and A, slow, and on. Make your screen look like this when you get to the rhythmtrainer.com. You guys have about 2 minutes. Practice away. Yeah, it's time. So, we're going to flip it now. Go back to main menu. Main menu doesn't want to work for me. I'll just restart. If it locks up on you, you still got your page. therhythmtrainer.com. I'm going to switch it to mode B, slow, on, pi, apple, and So let's do this together for a minute before you do this on your own. So you're watching up here with me. I'm going to try and find A, B, C, or D, whichever one sounds like what's written up here. Well, it just had mms there, but there's clearly pies, so that's not it. That sounds pretty good to me. The only beat that was right was beat 3. None of those beats were right, so I think it's B, right? Yeah. Next. Boom, that matches perfectly. Last one before I turn you loose. Nope. Nope. Both A and B played something on beat 2, but it's a rest. It's an it's supposed to be quiet. So we're going to switch it to C now. Nope, it also played on beat 2. That's an easy way to tell that's not right. So we have apple, pie, Definitely D. If you would, take about a minute and a half, rock out some of these. By the way, if you're really good at this, you can add other stuff in. You can add the huckleberry and go back to it if you would like. Good luck! Sweet, that's probably plenty of practice for you guys. So we gonna move on. We've done pitch, we've done rhythm, we've had our listening session. Quick little conducting exercise. I really want you to focus on dynamics. So if I clap, if I show you a big, strong, aggressive pattern, you clap loudly. If I give you this, you get very, very quiet. I give you a nice pattern like this, and it's somewhere in between. Here we go. 2, ready. Gotcha. You probably did a great job, but I can't tell. So we're going to move on. I'm going to assume that was awesome. The next thing, I would like you to get out something to write on and something with which to write. Awesome. So here we go. I'd like you to write down the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog with your non-dominant hand mirroring the words. So you'll take the in your non-writing hand, flip it, quick, flipped. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. You guys have just a moment to complete this, and I will amuse myself with something. So, up next, we are going to briefly recap some stuff from this week. This audio notch is a lot of fun for some pitch things. I would like you to pull this up on your computer as well so that you can start to experiment with some pitch stuff. I do want to introduce an interesting idea about pitch and range as you are looking at this tinnitus pitch generator. It's really important to know that microphones and ears of any animal that has hearing only picks up a certain range. So in essence, everybody has a from here to here sort of thing that they're able to hear. Of course, dogs hear higher pitches on average than humans do. Most breeds of dogs do. Some animals hear really, really low pitches, and they're sensitive to things that we don't tend to pick up. Some of the bigger whales and things have some pitches that they make when they communicate that we can't even hear. But what's interesting is, as you record music, a microphone only picks up a certain range. So if somebody sounds distorted, especially over the internet, like if my music is coming across funny, or in the quiz it comes across funny, that's because the microphone only picks up here's everything we can hear. The microphone might pick up that. So this area is left out. And a lot of times the microphone can get it, but they're trying to streamline it for taking up as little space as possible. MP3 is really good about, taking up as little space as possible, but they have to get rid of certain information to do that. So you have microphones reducing what information is there. Some of the higher pitches usually tend to go away, so the lower pitches go away. And you get a nice little middle range that doesn't sound exactly like the person all the time. And you have file compression, or you have MP3 or whatever other format you're listening to that chops out part of the information. And so you don't hear the actual full voice. So if you have a really high quality recording, it takes a lot more, sorry, the cat just about knocked over the clarinet. It takes up a lot more space than most audio files will. On phones, if you have like your audio recorder, usually they pick up in terrible quality because they just don't want to take up a lot of space and they want to stream it real fast. So anyways, audio notch. Quick recap from the other day. If we put one at 440, that means that the compression cone, or the cone of the speaker, compresses and decompresses 440 times per second. There we go, keep that low, 36%. Now this should actually increase in sound because they're in tune. Let's see if the computers will do that. Yeah. Softer, stronger. The computer's being, now it's getting weird. The computer's being told to do the same thing, but so it really shouldn't double the sound, but it does because it's doubling in the air. It's not doubling in the computer. It's a weird truth. So you get 1 hertz difference. That's 1 cycle per second difference. That's the key phrase, 1 cycle per second. Oh, that's a really good phase. So we have a 1 second phase. I can see my microphone doing this in terms of volume every time with the phase. Go 445. And so forth. So that's a quick refresher on how that works. You're always welcome to play around with this. If you go into the Chrome lab later, which we will, it does have a string thing here which shows the intervals, the differences that create things, and you can use these numbers in the same ratios that they show you here, and we'll do that in a future lesson. So let's get rid of those. Mortal Kombat. Rhythm Trainer, we can get rid of that. I would like to do a little bit of rhythmic dictation. So if you would get something with which to write and something to write on, something upon which to write, we will do some quick rhythmic dictation. I'm going to start off with a 4-beat rhythm just to get you going, and you will get 2 hearings for it. First time, try and write it all down as closely as you can. Second time, listen to it and correct what needs correcting, or just go, "Ha, I'm awesome," and don't listen. But you better be right. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Here comes your second listening. 2, ready, and. You should have ended up with pie, apple, pie, pie. Here's the next one. 2, ready, and. That's your first time. All right, here's your second listening. 2, ready, and. You should have ended up with huckleberry pie, apple, Again, that's huckleberry pie, apple, I would like you guys to mess around with the drum set for a minute. Let me pull up. Where did it go? There we go. virtualdrumming.com. And I have for you somewhere. Here it is. The actual pictures. By the way, if you get this fuzzy sound going on, that's just a little ambient thing going on. I'm going to get rid of that. The first time I recorded, I did not realize that was a thing you could turn off. So, ambient, slide all the way down, save. Now you're free to play with just M, V, and B. So you want to get the left hand going B, 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 B. Get that 8th note thing going in the right hand. Then you can start making up your own beats. Take about a minute, rock out some rhythm. If you would like to separate these, feel free. Cool, so we're running up on FCS time at the moment. I do want to say Chrome Music Lab and Incredibox we'll spend some time on here at the very end and maybe talk a little bit about protest music. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So, if you are an FCS person, I hope you've had a great time. We're coming up on your time, approximately in like 6 seconds. So, West people, we are still on and rocking. If you would, we're going to have a little bit of creative time here. I'd like you to spend, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes. I'll time you out on Incredibox, and I want you to mix it up. I want you to use a setting that you haven't used before. So go to one of the skins that's new to you. I would highly recommend trying out like how awesome of a beat you can make with like 2 things. Try for the absolute simplest thing that you can do. So you're experimenting on your own right now, as I am as well. Good luck. Do notice that you have a record function so that you can actually bring things in and bring things out and listen to it later. You can start with just a few things, build it up, simplify it, bring it back down. No. Cool. So let's talk about the protest music stuff for a quick moment. If y'all hop back over here. We're going to move on to Chrome Music Lab. So this is a whole bunch of things which are really fun. Some of them will be more accessible than others. And I would like you guys to have some free time to rock some of this out. You guys had, I don't know, like 13 minutes left in class, something like that, 12 minutes. So I would like you to take a few minutes and play through with some of these. A little bit of stress relief. Good luck. I will be doing the same. Oh, I forgot. We have to do our last quiz. We'll leave about 6 minutes for that at the end. So you have about 5 or 6 minutes to play around with this. Enjoy. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2.
All right. Hopefully you've had enough time to play around with this. If you guys would go back to your Music Elective Lesson 6 and prove that you've learned a little something today, unless you are already perfect, click on Mid-Course Quiz. And do your best. Awesome, y'all. So that should be time. I'll be able to see your results, which will inform me as to how to teach. I hope you all have a great day.